Okie dokie. So I just need to fix that stream link. I mean the this panel on the left of the YouTube chat. Give me a moment. Please. Alrighty, we have chat. Okay, so the aim of today is to write a config plugin or several config plugins to fill in the template when you create a new React Native Windows app for Expo. So when you do create Expo app, you'll be set up with an app whose template will initially have all the names set as hello world, but when it prompts you on app creation to choose your app name, something like my cool app, a bunch of config plugins run through every bit of the app to rename things as appropriate. But for Windows, that template is a bit more complicated, because in the Windows app template we can't simply do a string replace. We have to parse XML and walk over all these XML elements and replace things like this package GUID, lower, this name/name, any other mustache syntax things we have got to walk over. Although I'm mixing two things up. There's two stages. There's the initial create app stage, and we do fill in these mustache syntax bits. But then the subsequent pre-build of your app, we need to revisit these, and we assume this has probably been, the templating has probably been rendered. So it's no longer mustache syntax, but it will say you got your app JSON. It should be filling in this project GUID there, or rather package GUID. But if someone ever changes their app JSON, change that 3 to a 4 or something, we need it to revisit the appropriate element in this XML and swap it out again. So that's what the aim of today is. So we are currently, to explain, we are in the middle of a pre-build. A config plugin is being applied as we speak. We are walking over this XML tree, which has been turned into nodes. So if you look at our mod results at the moment, we have the very tippy top of the XML tree, and we can see it's got a project element, which is this thing, and a number of child elements. And we are going to do the very, it's not exactly hard, but it's not very pleasant walking through this XML structure. So I have some comments from where I have previously done a config plugin that walked a bit deeper into the tree. So we're going to use some of these constructs, but not exactly these ones. So it's just a lot easier. I love breakpoint debugging rather than console log debugging, because you can actually see the state. You don't have to guess up front like which bits of state you should be interested in. So we have a project is a big array of things. We see text nodes, which is mostly just white space. I've configured this XML parser to preserve white space because we don't want all of this white space getting collapsed every time we do a pre-build. So what I want to do is walk over into this property group here, grab that project GUID, That's really interesting. How come a React Native Windows template fills in a project GUID using the package GUID? Because it's got a project GUID. This is very worrying. That is very, very worrying. I hope they know what they're doing. Oh dear. Well, let's take it at face value and just say, oh god. Well, whatever. Let's walk through this structure and fill it in with actually the project GUID, not the package GUID. And I can have another look at the React Native Windows template separately. But the main thing we're coming to do here is walk over the tree. So, what have we got in project? We have, how do we find basically out of these many children here, how do we find the property group that we want? Because there's not just one property group, there's also a property group with the label React Native Windows props and a bunch of others. So there's more than one anonymous property group. How do we find that? And I don't want to keep hovering over this, so I'm going to go into the debug console and I'm just going to write out project, fold them out, and keep them up there. So we want to find the project that, so it's going to be an object which contains the key property group, and that property group can be identified by having a project GUID member. So let's do something like, just like below, project.find the project. So it's going to be a JavaScript object which has a key project GUID in it. So one way I could go about this is we look for project GUID. The first one that has a key, is this the right way to do it? So first off, it needs to have project GUID. So we could do this as a find, or we could even do it as, I wonder if it would just be more pleasant to iterate over it in a for loop. What am I really aiming for here? We want to find that project GUID. We want to find the project GUID. So it's so first off, we do a safe access into project GUID. That should have, I thought I saw it a moment ago. Sorry. Oh, I got it all wrong. It's property group, which has, it's got an array of, okay, so property group is array. Find the member named project GUID. Something like that. I've probably got a mismatch brace here. Oh no. So let's just see if that works. Find. Great! We found a property group that has a project GUID. Okie dokie. Property group for project GUID. So we got that. And then using this project GUID, we want to set the text in it. So what does it look like on the inside there? Project GUID is just an array, and it's an array with a single text member. Okay. So I guess yeah, I'll just be lazy here. I'll say if there is no property group, it's expected for there to be a property group element inside the project with a project GUID member. And so we shall grab that, and we shall set the project GUID to have text. Now, this is asking for package GUID lower, but it seems so strange to me. Let's provisionally put our project GUID to that. And then how do we actually, what's the right way to return from here? How have we done this before? Let's grab another with WebProj. We do all of this, and at the end we just return config. So we don't worry about config.mod results. Just by mutating it, we're good to go. Okay. So if we did do that, how would that go? So if I kill this debug session right now, stop. Okay, and I rerun that pre-build. Oh, it's a good thing we have that in the history. So, because it blasted this thing away. We haven't lost anything else, have we? That's still there. I'm just looking at a React Native Windows app that we've rendered. Okay, it's all there. So let's see if I try running this again, now that we've put all these mutations inside. Let's see how it goes. Step. So let's get to here. Play through. Check with project GUID. Oh! Okay, so I need to make sure I don't run this code. I need to find that. Yeah, sorry, I got that wrong. And then equals hang on. So we've currently got a project group. No, a property group. We need to find the object. We need to find the object. The child. Okay. Child with project GUID. Would do us. So we're looking. Looking through the property group for the child that has a project GUID, and then we shall override to be a property group child with a something like that. Okay, so kill this. Fine. Did this get blasted away? No, it didn't. Great. So we'll try getting further again this time. Go. Play through to that. Oh, blew up. Okay. The find thing is not a function. What did I do last time? an array. Why can't I find on this? Property group. Oh no, sorry. It's a dot property group. So so this is why I actually write it in these config plugins. I write them in JavaScript because there's a lot of reason to fight with typings. I've done this. I've forked some of the Expo config plugins code before, and I just found myself again and again and again running into like any types or incorrect types, not necessarily from Expo internals, but things they rely on. Or like, especially like mods and config plugins are very loosely typed, so I figured sometimes it's just quicker to go without types rather than putting assertions everywhere. So here we go. It's got a member called property group, which we can find our child in. Our child has got a member named project GUID, and we're going to override it from having that mustache syntax text to our Windows project GUID, which here they're asking for package GUID, but I am going to put the project GUID in because that seems logical. And then no changes will have been applied just yet, but once we return from this config and once a million other things run, this should get overwritten as, but this is the first time I've actually been focusing on this, so who knows how it's going to go. Play, play, play. Is it going to blow up? Oh, sweet! Look at that! So we just got to do a lot of this. We have our project GUID written in there. And that's pre-build. And one of my tricks is what I call the dirty pre-build. So when I'm developing config plugins, I don't do clean pre-builds. I don't blow away my Windows folder or iOS or Mac, iOS, Android, macOS folder, whatever. I like to make config plugins that can sort of be recycled, like you can run them again and again and again, and they will just perfectly respect what was in app.json and not accidentally duplicate lines or anything. And so that means I don't have to delete a potentially big platform folder and re-download something again and again and again. I can just run the mutation as I please. So great, we have got the basis here to proceed. So support filling project GUID into the WAP proj. Okay, that's one of many places we're going to have to do this templating. App manifest. Nothing to fill in here, maybe. Oh no, display name, I do want to grab that. We don't currently have a mod. So there's config plugins and there's mods. We don't have a mod for picking up the app manifest right now. So we can do that in a moment. Windows base mods. We have mods for the app CPP, the VCX proj, the WAP proj. We're going to need one for the packaged Apex manifest. Let's try and make one of those right now. It's made out of XML, so we can just copy paste this and point this at another one. So a base mod is something that crawls over a certain file in your iOS, Android, macOS, or Windows folder in Expo project, and either handles it as a string, or in this case, I'm actually handling it as a parsed XML DOM. So let's show you how to make a mod for a Apex manifest. So I'm going to do app x manifest. Sure, it's introspective. I think I'm just... that means it avoids making any file system modifications during compilation. Yes. I've not really thought too deeply about this. But yep, it works fine for XML, so we'll continue doing that. Get file path, which means we need to add something to our paths. We have a way to get the WAP project file path. Do we have a way to get the appx manifest? Nope. So we're going to have to add a new helper to our helpers. So we're going to have a get appx manifest file path. Like, this is the hardest possible thing to camel case. Right, gets a path to my app dot. Oh no, it's going to be. It's not related to the name of your project. It's going to be package dot appx manifest. It's going to be my app dot package slash. Okay. Because it's dot package slash package dot appx manifest. Okay. We've got project root, so it's extension is going to be dot appx manifest. Okay. It's package dot manifest. This is going to be, oh, this is so, it's been a while since I made this one. App WAP proj, app manifest. Okay. What was you? This was a very strange thing I made here. With so we glob for glob with inferred filesafe name. Windows, so we pass the filesafe name in here. Yeah. And the path we're trying to match on is this. So pass the filesafe name. Yes, potentially dot package on the end. And then it's slash. Oh, I don't want this bit here with a filesafe name. I could be really naughty here, and no. I think I need a different glob. I don't think I even need to glob this. If we know it's just going to be... Yeah, it's at a very predictable position, so I think we don't need to glob for this at all. Have we got a simpler one I can copy paste? Nope, it's all globs. Just gonna have to write this ourselves. So we will just, it's really quite simple. It's just path dot user of project root Windows filesafe name dot package. Then package dot appx manifest. Not much to it. So that is the path to it. Just return that. So these other functions seem to like assert on the existence of a file. That's just a behavior I inherited. They're sort of doing that because they're globbing. I don't know if I want to do the same thing of asserting on the existence of it. But anyway, so project root /Windows /FileSaveName.package. Yes, package.apex manifest. I think we're good to go. So we export this from down here. And we need to reference it in here. Paths. Okay, they're just. And what parameters does it take? Just project and file safe name, yeah. I think we actually need it. Ah, it's undefined. Ah, no. Okay, I remember now why I did all that globbing before. It's because we don't necessarily have the file safe name. Because we've not really made a standard for that. Gosh. So I could, just because it's not the problem I want to solve right now. Get the VCX proj file path, project root, file set name. So that's the file path to VCX proj, which is here. We're just going to do, write myself for the API here, jump inside node, do path dot base name, oopsie, of VCX proj, and then with VCX proj. Okay, yeah. So we want to do path.base name on that. Right. To do, take file safe name as mandatory parameter via config. Okay, so it's not great, but there's a million problems I need to solve, so I just need to put something in there. make some progress on the problems I actually want to solve for now. File safe name resolved, so hopefully I did that right. We take the file safe name if they gave it to us, otherwise we lean on a previous utility function we made that looks through a file system for VCXproj, your app 456.vcxproj, takes the VCXproj extension off it, and it's like, well, there's your file safe name. That's used as standard for other things such as the thing we're actually looking for, the package, the your app 456.package / package.apex manifest. So we're grabbing that your app 456 string by introspecting some other file that we know will definitely be there. Okie dokie. So we've got apex manifest parse. We're reading it in through our XML parser, and we are every time we are passed a modified JSON representation of. So every time we're passed a JSON representation of what we want all the mutations to be, we will put them through our XML builder and say rebuild the XML, handle any special case, what's it called? Escape characters, and then write it to a file system back in its original path with all the modifications. So we now have apex manifest. I should just have a capital M. I don't know. They're not using one, so why not? Okay. So we can now grab the apex manifest. I'm not necessarily going to immediately write a config plugin for it, but we now have a mod for it. Commit and push. Okay. Maybe we do actually immediately use it. So we've got Windows with WAPproj, with appcpp. Okay, yeah, we'll do a mod. What does it look like? Mod is going to be apex manifest, and we're going to call this with apex manifest. And it's going to be my app.package. Right. I'll just amend the last commit. So that should really belong with that last one. Force push. We shall call with apex manifest from our with templates variables config plugin. We'll do all of that again. This time, apex manifest. And we will copy paste most of this. Oh, this is going to be yes. Proj props update apex manifest props. Okay. So we are now going to be updating which thing exactly? We are now concentrating on package.apex manifest, and we have a display name string I do want to update. Oh god, the name. Okay, so the identity is what gets used for your certificate. So that should probably be your file safe name. Are we taking file safe name as a prop? Yes, we are. Good. Okay, cool. So what else do we need to be correcting in here? Pretty much everything with the string your app. Ah, jeez, there's so many things to change. The UAP was I feel like it's a universal Windows platform application thing. I think that's what it was. Alright, off we go then. So first we need to find there is no project in this one. The last one we looked at was like this. It also had an XML top level element, but it walked straight into a project here. Instead, we're going to walk straight into a package, so we need a top level package. Project. Project. The reason I'm not like doing a select all here is I've never had a way to do case sensitive select all package container. So we're going to walk over to find the package, and then inside the package we've got a identity element. So first one we're going to do is we're going to look into the package for an identity element, I think. Yeah, that's probably right. And then we can simplify this. It's going to be identity, because it's the only identity. To be identity element inside the package with a so we found the identity. Get rid of that. And then we shall wait here in a debugger. So exit from our node process, and then do this rebuild again. So this will be the first time running our update apex manifest template strings with apex manifest. Yes, good. And we're just going to see what things look like in there. We're going to hit that breakpoint first. It's an array. Did we get a package container? Yes, we did. Good. Right. Now, identity inside that, it's got this colon at. So if we go into the debug console, we'll do it. Identity dot colon at dot name is currently your app, so we'll just do this. Equals, is this going to be file safe name? File safe name. Why isn't that? Yeah, there we go. Okay, so that's what we're going to need to do for that. Moving on to the next thing, we're going to need to find our properties element. It's going to be properties, and properties element. I'm hoping there's going to be only one, but fine. How does properties look like at the moment? Package, find properties, and it's an array, and inside it we have an object. and we want to alter that display name. So properties dot finds the display name. Oh, we can just do that. Display name. And inside display name, you've got a text element, I'm guessing. You've got, no, display name is an array. So we do a display name equals text split. Do we not have a display name into it? We need to have the index of this thing. Hang on. Find index of, is it? Let's just do it. Find index. Okay, so we index. Find the index of that, and if there's no, but if there is no display name, we want to put it back in. Okay. Let display name index equals, if display name index equals -1, then we'll set it to 0 so that we, no, hold on. So if there is a display name in it already, what we're going to do is we're going to splice in. We'll do a splice. We're getting no. We're getting no IntelliSense here because it's JavaScript. So splice into the display name index. Delete one item, and oh no, actually we don't need to splice anything here. We just do properties display name index text equals display name with a lowercase d. Once we bring in here alphabetically, that's going to be a which means that this should come to the front actually. Be nice if they all have the same props, so let's do that. File safe name moves from the back. Display name will be needed over here. Okay, so this now assumes that we take display name, we'll grab this, we'll do a display name. Ugh. So I know we're not using all of these props in all of these config plugins, but at some point I need to make a type def and just taking all of them. So template variables, who is actually calling this? Make sure you pass in display name as well. I hope we have that. Yeah, cool. Cool. Okay, so they're both getting past display name now, and what we can do is properties.unshift. That's the right one, is it? Unshift, yep. So this is like push, but to the front. something like that. So if it doesn't have display name, we will give it a display name. Oh, that's not going to work. Hang on. I've done something very wrong here. Hang on. We're finding the index of the thing. Okay, I actually want to get a debugger up in here. I've definitely got this wrong, but we're getting closer. Undo that. Save without formatting. Terminal. Go back in there. There's properties of find index is not a function. Let's go one line before that. Properties. Is an array. So why can't we? Oh. It's properties dot properties. So what should I name this thing? That might be better. Okay, let's kill that. Yeah, the thing that annoys me is that when you disconnect from the debugger, it keeps on running. And what I really want to do is kill the command altogether, but when I try doing a Control-C, it also doesn't listen to that. So I think I need to do Control-C here and then stop. So we've got the index. It has found the display name object at index 1. So if it hasn't found it, we jump in here and we go into properties, display name index, which looks like this. Oh, aha. So we need to dot into dot display name. Something like this. Yes, okay, and then we need to set it as that. Yeah, I hate dealing with XML. Whereas if there is none, it would be something more like properties dot. Well, you know what? I'll show you. I'll show you how we can actually deal with that. So let me just kill this and then disconnect the debugger. This got changed, so I'm just going to put it back to normal. Save without formatting. We've now got display name. So I'm going to take this out so we can try the other condition. Save without formatting, and then jump into here. Jumpy jump. Properties. We need to be passing in a display name is all of this. Okay. So Control C that. It only gives you stop option. And it's clearly gone and rewritten it. Yeah, I really can't just stop that. It really annoys me. So what you see is we lost the whole identity. Oh no, the identity element's there, but it's gone really weird. It lost all this white space. Okay, save. So if it's missing this, yeah, if it's missing display name, we'll put it back in. Let's see how that goes. I think we also need to add some white space after it, but let's see how it goes. Bum, bum. Ah! Don't need that bit. Play. Where's identity? Identity is there. Property is there. Yeah, so we've got a display name, but what we really need is, we want it to be down here, so we want to add that white space. So let's do that. Let's put it back to normal. And save it. And grab a copy value. No, that's kind of hard to deal with. And shift. So that takes several of those. So we'll do a text is /n space something like that. Probably one space short. Let's just check. This many spaces, please. Alrighty. So if we kill this off, alright, do that, put it back to normal, and now run this. See how it goes. What we're hoping for is that we add a display name element over here with the appropriate white space so that it's multi-line. Go. Play. Yeah, great. So that came through, and the only weird thing is that identity is getting changed. So I wonder why that's doing that. We are altering it. But why does it lose the white space? Oh, it's because the white space was never preserved in the first place. I see. Yeah, so it preserves white space in between elements, but not in between attributes. We're going to actually have to change the settings in the XML. That's actually really annoying. So our XML parser, we would actually have to change the settings to preserve those things, and we would have to revisit other config plugins potentially. So I would really want to avoid that. I think as long as we run these config plugins in the first place, it will put it onto that single line. So if you run the config plugin straight after they create the app, it will put this into its preferred format of a non-self-closing element with most efficient, well, on a single line. So that would keep the diff minimal. But yeah, not a perfect situation, but let's just deal with problems one at a time and enjoy the fact that we have this property is going to get filled in with our display name. Okay. So that's pretty good going. We have covered package.apex manifest. We've covered... Have we covered this WAP proj? We've done one line of this WAP proj with the project GUID. There's other things as well. The entry point project unique name. Let's see. Update. Display name. Okay. Pretty good going. Okay. So next up, we need to do entry point project unique name. So where was our project GUID? Okie dokie, we should do a find property group. Unique name. Whoops. Expect there to be a property group element inside project with a unique name. Okay. So in other files like the package apex manifest, we, if they were missing these elements, we'd fill them in. But it's just, it's an absolute pain. To make it fully robust is a pain. There's a bunch of assumptions that are a little overkill. Like, why would someone be taking their template and they're just removing random XML elements from it, for example? Like, we can make life easier on ourselves from time to time. Property group find. should be dot dot slash slash the. Oh, that's quite funny. It'll be the name to the VCX project. So it's actually going to be file safe name dot VCX project. So we could have used our helper there, but it's actually a lot less work. So as we control the template, we can be very sure that it's going to be in this exact position, rather than being ultra careful and like doing a glob over it. It's a lot of unnecessary work. Right. So we could just try running that. 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see if that file safe name's not passed in. There you go. Woohoo! So is that the actual path? Just to be sure. Your app. So from the Windows folder. So what? Borrow out of the dot package. Yeah. Borrow back into your app, 456, and then borrow into the V6 project. Perfect. Great. So that's correct. That's really good. Okay. Is there any more mustache syntax in here? Yeah, I think. That's pretty far down the members. Not gonna be fun. Just to debug down to here. Set entry point unique name in the WAP proj. Next up, we need to find a certain item group. Have we done this before? Nope. Item groups are children of the project again. So at the top, we want to find. It's going to be like this again. It's going to be step 6, step 7, find item group for what exactly? For project reference. Bum, 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 bum. Nice. And then we do something slightly different to do. So set a breakpoint here. We're looking for the VCX project again. So yeah, the only thing is we need to find that include attribute, which I don't have an example on how to do just yet. So there we go again. Okay. Child with project reference dot project reference dot no, we don't actually go. Hang on, what? Child project reference has got include. Okay. So actually this may not be the only one. I don't know. There's a question. Do we assume that this is a unique sub-element, or there might be the possibility of other item groups also referencing project reference? I've got no idea. In which case we kind of want to do filter. Why not? Make sure. Okay. Yep. Children. And then for const child of. Oh no, hang on. So I've got log child. So the only reason I'm console logging here is so that this doesn't get elided by the compiler, preventing me from debugging it at all. So something like that. Something like that. Let's kill terminal. Like that. Go back in there. Great, okay. We are going to reference the VCS export, which would be like VCX proj. Alrighty. Something like that. So terminal, stop that, and off you go. So that should get replaced now. Brilliant. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. Oh, don't tell me. I thought there was another. Oh yeah, yeah. So that actually handled two mustache syntaxes on the same line. That's why. Great, 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 great. Oops. Sweet. So that's now this WAP proj is now fully templated, and the annoying thing is there's this other VCX proj which probably has all the same, much the same things in need of templating. Yeah, project name, project good. Oh, I see. That's why that needed to be. That's what they meant by package GUID. The project GUID inside the package.apex, the package.wapproj is the package GUID. So let's fix that up. It's package GUID. So that was a project GUID for the Windows app packaging projects. WAPproj template strings, there we go. So we've done WAPproj, and then we just need to come back for VCX proj. To do fill in template strings for the proj. I always get this one. VCX proj. Project GUID, project name, root namespace. That's the point. Is this referenced anywhere? Okay, we're getting there. We're getting there bit by bit. And after we've done, I mean, there's like so many files to fix up here. I don't know if the filters are going to need changing. I think every mention of your app 456, quite honestly, is probably going to need some attention. Some of it might be possible through find and no, because if it ever gets find and replaced to something that no longer works as a suitable, highly identifiable template string, then it's really no good. So we really do actually need to have XML config plugins for every little thing in here. Such a pain. And quite honestly, if a user reruns the pre-build and changes the name of their app, then this also needs to get renamed. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Alright, I think we've done pretty well. Let's fill in we'll do a dump distinguish project GUID from package GUID. Okie dokie. Well, I think that was a pretty productive session. I Didn't actually imagine we'd get through that many files in one go. So we have successfully templated from our app.json the WAP proj, the app manifest, and then outside of the package folder, we had a quick look at the VCX proj, but didn't actually change anything in there. We're going to have to look over the solution file as well. It's just like, it's death by 1,000 cuts. The solution, what is even in here? There's definitely things that need attention. Yeah. The names for all of these will need replacing, of course. Oh well, you never finish painting if you have to ask how many strokes need to be done to finish the whole thing. But, been a good day, good stream. So I'll catch you next time.